Welcome back to Count Stackula on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. Today, we're going to take a look at a couple of new silver pours that I did this weekend, and let's dive in. Alright, so everything is displayed before you. As you can see, here is what the silver pours look like before I tone them, and I just wanted to show them off so you do know indeed that they are silver, even though they look somewhat coppery now. I guess the color kind of changes over time. Even though I've tried my best to retain it, it seems to have like a slight shift because it's kind of coppery and kind of bluish, when originally they were a little bit more vibrant. This one seems to remain a little bit better in terms of those vibrant colors. But another issue that I am facing with these pourings that maybe you can tell, it's definitely hard to see without the toning, but is a little bit of a loss of detail, perhaps. It's questionable. I think these look pretty good, but no question there is a little bit of chipping going on the molds, and that is adding to you know, a little bit of loss of the design. And so this one in particular did not come out very good, and yeah, so as you can see, it didn't fill completely. This is the this dragon here, and yeah, it just didn't fill quite as well as this one, which I did after. So I think maybe it was part in due to heating the mold a little bit better. That definitely makes a difference. Once the mold's nice and hot, it will produce a better result. And yeah, so, but every single time I do this, I chip out a little bit more graphite from the mold, and makes these things, you know, less and less high res, which is a little bit frustrating. So what am I gonna do about that? Because detail is really important to me. Well, I have decided that I'm gonna do some lost wax casting next and try to iron it out. Actually, that was always the plan, but I already had these graphite molds, and I was feeling like I wanted to pour some silver, so I went ahead and did it, even though I've been waiting to do the lost wax casting. But if you're familiar with that method, it takes a lot of preparation, and so right now, yeah, I'm still preparing. So yeah, it'll come soon, and then hopefully I'll have something a little bit more interesting to share on the channel. But I've got these beautiful 3D printed boxes here on display right below my silver pours. And if you don't know, I produce a lot of different designs for the stacking community, this being the 10-ounce silver bar in capsule stacker, like the RCM bars and the Britannia bars. They fit just perfect up in here. And this guy is a new design. Actually, since I got my larger format 3D printer, I'm able to do longer designs. And this actually, let's break it out and I'll show you exactly what it is. But it's for 38mm coins in direct fit capsules. So it's a really neat looking box. And I just put some tape on it so I would remember, but it pops open real nice, just like that. Fits your 38mm coins like so, and holds 50. So 50 count. I'm just trying to, at this point, build somewhat of a fan base, I guess, for these products. And of course, like the silver, eventually I intend to be able to sell it, but at this point I'm still in the experimentation phase. But I do really enjoy it, and I think it's a whole lot of fun. I mean, you put this stuff in your hand, it just, oh man, it feels so great to hold it, to shake it around in your hand, and to just clank it around back and forth. I know. I love it. It's great. Silver is healing, and you know, these really come out so awesome. I actually included a little hammered edge on one side where I saw off the sprue, and I think it came out pretty cool actually. So I'll be engraving these shortly. But I love the sound that they make. It's chunky. It's a chunky 1.75 to 1.85 ounce piece, which is, you know, substantial in the hand. It feels good, and I'm actually just going bigger. This is just the smallest version. We're gonna try to shoot for some whole numbers here soon, but that takes a little bit more practice. Something like this, even though I did take the time to cut it and, you know, hammer the edge and everything, I thought I might want to keep it. But just that little mistake right there makes it undesirable. Not only that, when you compare it to this one that came out significantly better, just look at that like flower there and compare it with that. It just didn't come out that great. They do stack though. They do stack just like they're supposed to. But I feel like, you know, if it doesn't come out perfect, it's going back in the hopper. And yeah, so I'm probably going to remelt this guy into a cleaner looking bar. I'll keep these two. They're pretty badass, even though, like I said, the detail is not as good. But, you know, a lot of silver pourers, they will etch into wood and then pour right into wood to get that molten texture formation, which is really cool pattern. So, I mean, you can still decipher that this is a dragon, which is really cool, obviously. And it's got so much texture. I love rubbing my hands on this, and it just feels so great. Can't wait to see what it's going to be like to do it with the Lost Wax casting, because that's going to get just much higher resolution and pump out a lot of products. The reason why I decided to go to Lost Wax casting over these graphite mold pours is because with the graphite molds, I'm able to pour one at a time. And, you know, like I said, they do deteriorate after every pour. So the second pour, it's not going to be as good as the first pour, and so on and so on and so forth. However, with the Lost Wax cast method, it's like every single time you do it, it's the first time and the only time. After that, the mold is destroyed and it can never be used again. So it's kind of a better method, but what makes it worth it is that I'll be able to pour multiple pieces at once. So instead of just doing one piece at a time, like I have been with the graphite, with the Lost Wax casting, I'll be able to sprue up like 5, maybe 10. 10's probably pushing it. Honestly, I probably get away with 3 to 5 at a time. And then I'll be able, but that'll be 3 to 5 perfect castings, ideally. That's, you know, so the added bonus of the Lost Wax casting is that using the, you know, investment powder technique versus graphite, well, investment, you know, once it's cured and hardened, it is more porous than graphite and works better under a vacuum than graphite. It's because it's 50% more porous than graphite. I'm just talking your head off today. You probably don't care about any of this stuff. Just give me the silver, right? But anyway, you know, I thought I'd share some of the method that I'm working on, and you know, maybe at some point we'll do some shop videos, and I'll just do some time lapses of my 3D prints, or I'll get into you know, filming the silver pouring aspect, so you guys can see some of that rather than just the aftermath and, you know, this kind of video format. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and that is the update for this week. So we got lots coming down the pike, and hopefully some even better pieces to share with you down the line. And yeah, I think soon enough we're gonna get to selling this stuff. The other thing that we can talk about, because last time I shared some statues on the channel that I 3D printed, which were really cool, but I did my first attempt at basically creating a mold for the statues, and it kind of failed. There's just so much detail, and so the only way I'm going to be able to do those is by resin printing them, and then doing also lost resin casting, which, you know, I might do that. I definitely will try it at some point. But the problem with resin is that, you know, you have to burn off a lot of pretty toxic material. So it's gonna stink. It's gonna smell up the place, and you know, I do things outside because, like, I don't have adequate ventilation indoors, and that kind of limits me, and also to deal with neighbors. So for now, the statues are taking a back seat. As long as I can do more of this stuff, which I should be able to do without any much, you know, inconvenience, it will, you know, be my focus, I suppose, rather than the statues. And that's fine with me, because that stuff is technically fan art, and, you know, well, there's definitely legal issues with selling fan art, and I don't really want to build a business and a brand on fan art anyway, so it's more of just for me, for fun or whatever. But this stuff being original, and you know, totally original design, totally original product that it stacks, that I created myself, you know, it's definitely the way I would prefer to go with my you know, with my castings down the line. So that is going to do it for us today, y'all, and thank you so much for watching. Tune in to Count Stackula. Check out the links in the description if you're interested in any of the 3D printed boxes that are available on eBay, and stay tuned, because these silver castings, they're coming soon. They're definitely, we're gonna have some more, and then we're gonna have some sold. All right, that's the plan. We'll catch you on the next one. This is Count Stackula. Peace.